Hello everybody and welcome back to Action Jack Media. So, I don't have a script. Welcome back to the Monster Hunter and Ben 10 crossover series. I have already done Ben 10 aliens as Monster Hunter monsters, so now I'm going to be doing Monster Hunter monsters as Ben 10 aliens, flipping the script a little bit. If you missed that first video, you can click the link in the description, or there will probably be a card in the corner if you want to click and watch that now, but it's not necessary that you watch that video to understand this one, so feel free to watch it afterwards if you would rather do that. If you did already watch the first video, you'll know that this idea was brought on by me rewatching Ben 10 and replaying Monster Hunter World, and I just had to mix the two ideas together, and there were two ways to do it, so I figured I might as well try both. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let's get on with it. First up, we have a monster that is actually my sister's favorite monster in the entire Monster Hunter World lineup, Tobi-Kadachi, or, for the sake of this video, the Tobirian Statadachi. These are reptilian creatures that hail from the planet Tobiria, a planet with a lush jungle covering its surface. The Statadachi live high atop the trees and have a tribal-like society with crude tech and weaponry. However, the most interesting thing about this species is how they hunt. They do a lot of swinging, jumping, sliding, and gliding around their environment. All of this movement brushes their soft hair against itself and their skin, producing lots of static electricity, which they can store in their bodies and dish out on their targets at will. Ben named this transformation Shakobra, but only after being disappointed by his seeming lack of abilities. It was only after Ben moved around the battlefield, jumping and fighting, that he realized that this alien's true power was in the buildup of static electricity, prompting the name. So, I imagine Shakobra being kind of an interesting alien for Ben. He is not uber powered in his base form. You know, Ben would have to do some movement and run around the battlefield a little bit before he could actually do his damage. And I imagine him fighting a bit like Shock Squad, kind of like energizing his punches with electricity and stunning his foes and stuff like that. But he's much more agile, much more Wild Mutt-like in the way that he moves and runs around the battlefield. And also, he has those retractable underarm wing gliding things that he could use to get some long distance jumping. So I feel like Shakobra could actually be a pretty interesting alien for Ben, and that he would be relatively balanced alongside the other aliens. Up next, we have a fan-favorite monster from Monster Hunter World, Dodogama, or, on his world, called the Dodogama. The Dodogama reside on a rocky, cave-filled planet called Subcresta. Their day-to-day lives revolve around mining and transporting stones and crystals in order to build their homes and keep them maintained. They refine and sell the crystals to other races on their planet, as they have no use for them. They are of semi-low intelligence and essentially are the working class of this society. They don't seem to mind it though. They eat their stones, melt them down in their smeltery-like stomachs in order to absorb the minerals and nutrients, and then expel the rocky waste in the form of natural explosive pellets. The Dodogama's strong jaw and tooth-like protrusions cut through the rock like butter. Ben named this alien Shovel Jaw and uses this ability to carve through the ground and fling fiery projectiles at his enemies. I imagine this alien would be on the less popular side of Ben's Omnitrix. I feel like he would transform into him about as often as he would Upchuck. They're kind of similar. And I based his design a little bit off of Spitter in a lot of ways too. The hunched over kind of reptilian design of Dodogama really lent itself to that. And I see him being a relatively durable and powerful alien, but slow and difficult to maneuver, and I feel like Ben wouldn't enjoy being him all that much. So, as cool as I think he is, I think Ben would have a couple of those, like, oh man, I turned into this guy moments, you know. And last but not least, the flagship of Monster Hunter World, Nergigante. Nergantians are chaotic and powerful soldiers of the planet Eldaria. Many draconic races reside on this world, and the Nergantians are among the most fierce. They often hunt down and prey upon other draconic races, weaker and stronger than themselves, absorbing their bioenergy for their own. They have a unique regenerative ability in their scales and spikes that makes them a powerful adversary. The more the scales regenerate, the darker and denser they become. The society of Eldaria is split up into a few tiers, with the less intelligent races being near the bottom, the more intelligent elder races being at the top, and Nergantians situated squarely in the center, keeping the balance of their planet in check. Ben named this transformation Splinter Shot, and he quickly became one of Ben's favorite aliens. With the ability to fly, shoot projectiles, and regenerate, Splinter Shot became a go-to when Ben needs to fight anything, even edging out forearms on occasion. So, Nergigante, he is way OP in terms of Ben's aliens. He's kind of like Stinkfly, Diamond Head, Forearms, and Wrath kind of all combined. He would be super overpowered. Not to mention, if you go throw this into the Alien Force series and go Ultimate, you could have Ruin or Nergigante as well. Have the big metal spikes and the horrible attitude. I do imagine that, like Wrath, this transformation would alter Ben's personality slightly, making him a little bit more brash, a little bit more confident, and he really would want to sink his teeth into whatever he's fighting, literally and figuratively. So I wanted to portray that aura with this drawing a little bit. I feel like Ben would become very arrogant in this form, and it definitely would end up being his favorite to become because he's so overpowered. Overpowered is the perfect word for Nergigante in the context of Ben 10. So, that is our lineup for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave it a like and a comment and all that stuff, and, you know, if you want me to continue this series, I gladly will. Just let me know. I think that's all I have to say for today, so peace. See you next time.